Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. I am recording. I think this may be the earliest I've ever recorded. It's about 8:15 in the morning. I'm on a mission. I want to get 3 videos recorded today. So you might be seeing the same sleeves in 3 consecutive videos. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So Trashcraft Tuesday today. I am going to be working with a paper bag. I realise I used a paper bag last week as well, but I was just mulling around ideas for today and I really wanted to work with a paper bag again. So paper bags are, as you all know, or most likely all know, they are fabulous to put in a signature as a page. And this one is big enough that we could do that with. Another good use for paper bags, if they're small enough, is to pop them on a page as a pocket. This one is not small enough to do that with. And then you get the in-between sizes, like this one, where you think perhaps a little small for a signature page, just depending what you want. Too big to put as a pocket. What else can we do with it? So today I'm going to work with this bag. I will give you some measurements. It is almost 6 inches by to the top, so not to the top opening, but the back opening. No, the back piece is 7.5 inches. So in centimeters, we're looking 19 centimeters by 15. So it's an in-between size. I am going to use it as a pocket, but we're going to do something a little fun with it. And I probably already gave the game away because I had it folded from the start because I was fiddling around and going, oh yeah, we could do something with that. So I've just got this page out here just, to show you kind of how it will fit on a page. I'm not going to put it down on a page today. I'm just going to work with it and decorate it. So paper bag of whatever size, folded in half, that will fit on your journal page. That's what you need for this project. I am using my Patreon printables for August. I think I've shown this already because I have used a page in a project on another Trashcraft Tuesday actually. This is Hydrangea Garden, so we've got a couple of pages of leaf fussy cuts that you can play with. This is for paid patrons. There's faux washi tape, and it's all themed around hydrangeas. And then there's 5 journal pages, or they could be used as journal cards. Print off 2 to a page and you'll get sort of nice smaller journal cards. There's 5 pages of this. I've already used one, so I've actually only got 4 here. And I thought about printing off the 5th one again, and I thought, well, I don't need it for this project, so you can always go back and look at previous project. And then a page of hydrangea fussy cuts. Now, what I haven't shown on camera before is the additional pages that I prepared for my free patrons. So over on Patreon, there is a free tier where you can join and basically just lets you know what's up, what's going on. You can see whether you might want to join or not. But I do occasionally put out freebies for the free tier. So if you're not a member of Patreon, you can't get these. You'll need to actually join as a free member. But like I say, it's free. So for the free members and also paid patrons also get these as well. There's a page of words, some vertical, some horizontal. And then there's 3 additional journal pages which are in different colours to the rest of the set. So if I can pull out, I think this is the one I've actually used already. So I won't compare with that one because I haven't got it to compare with. Just bear with me a moment while I find the appropriate page. This one. So this is the original one in the paid category. And then this is the version in the free tier. So you can see they're different colours, and I've added some different effects to this one as well to give it an even more unique look, but also that they work together. And then this one again is a different colour to the original. That's part of the paid reward package. Okay, so I've got all these pages to work with. I'm now going to just put them all on one pile because I don't need to keep them separate anymore now that I've shown you. Grab out our paper bag and let's get playing. So it's going to be a flip out with a pocket, and then it could either be a pocket up the top or in behind, just depending which way you would like to go. I'm not sure yet, so I'm just going to start decorating. So first off, I need to choose a page to do the front with. I'm thinking maybe that one. Do I want to tear it? I think I'll tear it rather than cut it. Do I want the border? No, I don't want the border for this, so I'm just going to tear it where the border is. So how's your week going so far, friends? I know we're not very far into it, but these weeks, they disappear quick, that's for sure. And so I'm going to go actually right on there. There. Yeah, so I'm on a mission to get as many videos done as I can today, because you know my weeks are just continuing to be busy, and so I want to try and get as much as I can at the beginning of the week. It's Monday as I'm recording this, so we're right at the beginning of the week for me, and hopefully inject a bit more of a not exactly relaxed vibe, because I'm busy at the end of the weeks. Wednesday to Friday typically tend to be busy, depending what my Friday has on. But just so I'm not stressed or like, oh no, it's Thursday afternoon, I'm out all day tomorrow and I haven't got Saturday's video done. I don't like that feeling. So I'm trying to shift my time around a bit so that I get more done at the beginning of the week, to just give me that not so pressured end of the week, I guess, is what I'm trying to do. Does anyone actually take any notice of what sleeves I have on in a video? Like, I get super conscious. It's like, oh, I wore this in yesterday's video, I need to go change my top, so I'm wearing a different top. Now sometimes I don't, sometimes I just go and then afterwards I think, oh, I've worn that in the last 6 videos, like I really need to change. You'll think I never change my clothes. I don't know, it's just one of those silly things that goes through my head. It's like, but does anyone actually ever notice? Unless I point out that I'm wearing something different or that something new, or, you know, like the video that goes up today, I pointed out that it was warmer, so I was wearing just my shirt sleeves. So you would have noticed that because I talked about it. Now please don't go hyper-conscious on me and now observe every time, every video, what I'm actually wearing on my arms. I don't want to make you conscious about that, but I'm just interested if anyone actually does take any notice. Because let's face it, my arms, my hands, that's what you get in the camera frame. Okay, so that's automatically just made it super pretty. I do want a word on there. Where did I bury the words? Right at the bottom. I think I like the word tranquil. Let's go with tranquil, and it's also right at the edge here, so it's easy to cut out. So this whole kit, the mini kit for paid patrons and the freebies, are all kind of in that watercolor soft vibe. And it seems that I do a lot of my digitals in those more watercolor pastel kind of colorways, which is interesting. I hadn't really thought about it until the last few days or so, and then I realized actually I've got a bit of a color thing going on. I do like watercolor. I think it's so pretty, and I love the softness and blending of watercolors. I'm going to put that like that. A bit of music, I think. I'm just going to go down there, I think. This is very soft and thin paper, so I'm not going to keep it as a stamping strip because it's easy to tear and won't last so well. You get it all yucky just living on my bag until I got round to doing anything with it too, so just not gonna worry about it. Do I want to go? Yeah, I think I want to go all the way down here. Do I want to distress around it? I do believe I do. So I'm just having fun playing, decorating up a paper bag. This is one of the paper bags I picked up from my shopping haul for my birthday. The thing I love to do is go to Creative Junk and fill a bag. So this time I filled 2 bags. And it's become a bit of a birthday tradition that I generally can't do it on my birthday, but around about my birthday I like to go and go shopping at Creative Junk because it makes me happy. And your birthday, you should get to do things that make you happy. Don't you agree? And it's a good excuse, you know, when I might go, well, I don't actually need to. I've got enough things. I need to use what I've got. But if it's a birthday treat, then who can argue against that? There's no arguing to be done. It's my birthday. I want to do it. We're going to do it. And then we use the wonderful things I pick up. So I will distress around the edge of this as well. And around my Tranquil. Oops. I haven't got much ink left on my brush. Let's re-ink it. So what is on your plate this week? Anything special coming up? Anything out of the ordinary? What have I got out of the ordinary? I don't know if I've got anything out of the ordinary. I think it's just pretty normal this week. The usual family lunch on Friday that happens at the end of every month. We might be going out for a meal at the weekend, just depending whether we feel like it. That was one of my birthday presents from a friend. But there's no time limit on it, so we can do that whenever. It just depends whether we feel like doing it this weekend. Sometimes it's nice just to hold on to it and, you know, and wait and sort of prolong the pleasure of knowing that you get to go out for a lovely meal. So yeah, we'll see. I don't think there's anything else really out of the ordinary. The following weekend we've got a friend's birthday to go to, so that should be lovely. I like that. Do I want something up here? That is actually good writing space. I don't think I want a fussy cut because it's going to compete with this, but we'll have a wee look. I've got a part sheet here that I've already cut into and it's starting to get a bit beaten up. Yeah, no, I don't want one of those, but maybe a butterfly or a dragonfly. Where did I punched out some dragonflies because I've got a new punch. Yes, they're in here. They're small. disappears a bit, doesn't it? Just looking, I did a whole bunch, but they might all be in that sort of neutral colour. Yeah, they're all in kind of colours that are going to disappear a bit. Looking out what else around me I could use. Oops, put the lid on right way around, helps. So this is my punch here. Just going to look in my scraps. No, that doesn't go. Seeing what sort of scrap I might have that I can use to punch a dragonfly. Go with plain blue. That would show up, definitely. This one's quite hard to open. You've got to release the top so it pops up. Let's punch one of these. And come on, come out of there. See what it looks like. Might be too small still. Or we could use maybe 3. Let's punch another couple. If it's not big enough, then put multiple on the piece. That's the way it goes. This one still doesn't want to come out. Come on. Oh, there it is. Dropped out. Cool. Now, if these don't work, I'll go with something else. But we might... Oh, I like that. Okay. Let's glue those on. And then we'll be on to the inside. Not worried if they're not exactly where I had them. Won't matter. I'm just looking for non-gluey places on my glue page here. Here we go, 3 little dragonflies. Lovely, very simple. That's going to be the front. I do want to put a whale tail tab, I think, to show that it opens. What am I going to punch that out of? Or maybe I'll just use one that I've already got done. Just having a sip of my coffee. So let's see if there's one in my Artsology whale tail tabs that will work colour wise. Could go with something neutral. No, not that one. No, it's too orangey. This one's more pink. I like that one. Okay, we found one. So this is a printable from Artsology, available on Etsy, and if you don't have whale tail punch, this is the next best thing in my opinion. It's multiple pages with different colours and prints, and really, really good. Takes a while to cut out, but that's okay. Then you've got lots of lovely whale tail tabs to use on your projects. And no, I'm not on her design team or promoting her because I get something. I love them. And I've got a few of Artsologies printables. Right, now I probably don't want to put that on until I've dealt with this side, I think, because otherwise we're going to cover over. Okay, so let's just set that aside for a moment, and we could actually put a pocket on the inside, but I don't think it's necessary. I think I would rather have writing paper, but options, you know, if you want to put a pocket, you could. Is that? That's not going to suit. That's pretty good. I don't mind leaving a brown border around. We do have text right in the middle, so do I want to do it right across? Yeah, let's try it right across. It might get a bit funky in the middle when we fold it, but depends how long I leave it to dry. Going to switch out my glue page, and then we've got some lovely writing lines as well. So just a coffee dyed bit of lined paper, very thin paper too. This paper, it's lighter than 80 GSM. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely lighter than 80 GSM. You can see through it. Even when it's coffee dyed, you can still see through it. Oh, sticky and curly. Trying to get it a bit straight. And I didn't centre it vertically, so it's got a bigger gap at the top than the bottom. That's right. You can write around the edges too, like you wouldn't have to stop within the borders of the writing paper. You could write like a heading up there would be quite good, and that would make sense of the bigger gap, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we can put our whale tail on, and I will use tacky glue for that. So this side here is going to be on the outside. About there. Oops, glue seeping out. Here we go. So we've got our little opening tab. Right, so we've got a pocket here. I'm wondering, do I want to reinforce that edge just a little bit? I think I might. Just, you know, paper bags are quite thin. And I was thinking of grabbing out a bit of my white paper, but I'm wondering about using this offcut instead. Just it will tone in a bit better, so that if anybody sees it, it will just blend in a bit better. So I'm going to do that. And it uses up another scrap. So all good. And it's also thin, so it's not going to add too much bulk. A little less bulk than if we used a offcut of copy paper. Right, now the tricky bit is getting it in here, of course. But it's shorter, so it shouldn't be too bad. Right, put a little smooth out. And there, we've just reinforced that pocket a little bit. Now you might want to do the same thing depending where you want your second pocket. Whether you want it here, you might want to reinforce this edge. This won't be seen, so we're not going to worry about covering that. If you're going to put a top pocket, then it's already got a couple of layers there. In fact, it's got 3 layers because that's where the bag is glued together. I'm thinking I would do a top pocket and just glue this edge down. So I'm not going to reinforce that or reinforce this. I think it'll be fine. So that is it. Although I'm thinking, do we want to stamp something inside just for fun? And I have these new stamps that the lovely Lisa sent me recently. And I haven't used them yet. So it's like, let's use them. Let's find one that we want to use on this. Birdie would fit well with the florals. But I think any of them. The heart with the text on is lovely. What do I want to use? Even the typewriter would be quite cool, wouldn't it? I'm going to go with the typewriter. Because I can. Because I want to. Right, where do I want it? I think down this corner kind of feels natural placement. So that's what we're going to do. Just using my black ink. Oops, I've got an air bubble under there. Hopefully that doesn't affect the stamping. I didn't place it carefully enough. Air bubbles in between your stamp and your block can affect its stamping. So just be aware of that. I'm hoping I can press it out enough that it won't impact and leave a blank spot. Hopefully. Yep, perfect. Absolutely perfect. No problem with that image there. So normally I take more care and try and get rid of those air bubbles, but I didn't, and it's too late once I'd inked it up. It just would have got very messy. Do I want anything inside the wee paper there? What about a star? Just because there's stars here. We could even do a different colour. Yeah, let's do a different colour. What colour? We've got pinks and blues primarily, don't we? Yes. So we could go tumbled glass or spun sugar. I might go tumbled glass. And hopefully, because it's distress ink, not the best for stamping, but hopefully it will be okay. Give it a go and see what happens. There's always ways to fix it if it doesn't work that well. It works well enough for me. It's just a very delicate effect. Okay, so we've used 2 stamps out of the new set, and that makes me happy. It's lovely having new things to play with. So fun. Right, so this might be okay to fold now. Give it a nice crease now that we've got that extra layer in there. Need to ink around it and put stuff away so I'm not fighting for space unnecessarily. And I think we've probably got time to make a journal card to go inside the pocket. Will we have time to do a tag to go in the back pocket? Don't know. We'll start with the journal card, see how we get on. I'm thinking maybe I won't ink on the inside because it's brown paper. Like, do we really need to? I might ink along this edge though, if I can. Maybe if I slide this in, it might be a little bit easier. Thin paper bag, I don't want to rip it accidentally through the process of inking. So it's not super dark, but it does just give it a little bit more something. Right, so we need a backing piece of paper. I'm thinking something a little thicker. What have I got? Oh, ow. Reaching behind me, my arm still doesn't like it. I've actually got this masterboard. It isn't backed. Do we want to use this? I think we do. Okay. So I'm going to... Now, do I want it all inside the bag or do I want it to poke out? I think I want it to poke outside this part but not over this part, give or take. So we're going to go there. And of course it will depend once it goes in, how far it actually protrudes. Might be more or less. And let's go there. Oops, I need to do it round the other way so I can line it up against the top. So I get it kind of straight. Out there. And there, I was looking for my mark. So where's my mark? Here it is. And that can be a cute little mini journal card or something. Right, so we need to back it. Do we just want to do scraps? Let's see what we can do. I'm just going to start gluing. I've been trying to use up more scraps just over the last week, because it's getting to the point where I have to do something with them. So I've been doing a few masterboards just off camera, and when I've been making things I've been trying to use up my scraps off camera, because on camera it's so easy just to grab for the whole sheets rather than deal with scraps. And it's like, this is getting ridiculous, I need to take care of some. It doesn't quite go all the way down. I don't mind if the lines are sideways, because you can turn the journal card round and write whichever way you like. You don't have to write the same direction as the front of the card is. Did you know that? Totally don't have to put it that way. And this bit up the side there. So I'm just going to tear a bit of that excess off the top, because I'm not gluing so much. Sorry, I'm gluing off to the side. Just rather than pull across my glue pages. Right. There we go. I've got glue all on the side of my glue stick. Messy. Right. Time to make my scissors gluey. Trimming off that gluey paper. This is actually quite a good tag size too, isn't it? But it's going to be a journal card. Scraps is also more in line with Trash Craft Tuesday, don't you think? It's like, well, it could be trash, you could just throw it out, the small bits, but no, we're using them. Right, let me sip of my coffee again. Okay, so it's now got writing on the back. I'm going to snip the corners on this one rather than round them. I'm just feeling in a snippy mood. Don't know why I'm choosing to snip them when I normally round them, but just a change, I think. Just fun to change it up every now and then. Alright, so yes, that's all nicely folded. Check it for size. And yes, it fits in there beautifully. Yeah, and it sticks out, you know, a good amount there, so you can see that there's something in that pocket. You could put a tab on it as well if you wanted. Okay, so fussy cuts, I think, for this one from the hydrangea garden. I'm just going to go with this one. Sorry, I need to do a bit of fussy cutting here. I have got a border around these, so they're relatively quick to cut around. You don't have to be quite so careful. It's kind of a sagey green, pale sagey green border around all the flowers. So it's a little bit cooler today than it was for most of last week, and a bit of rain around, but not super cold. Like, I didn't actually light the fire until after breakfast this morning, so the days are warming up ever so slowly, and this week is supposed to be really, really lovely once we get this rainy, cool little period out the way. It's supposed to be up to around 18-19 degrees at points this week, and I am so happy about that. I can't wait. The last few days that have been quite warm, just really enjoyed. Of course, then it will get to the point where it's hot, you know, coming into summer, as long as we get a decent summer, and we'll be hot and we'll be going, oh, I'm so hot, I just want to cool off. We're never happy, us people. We're always complaining, often about the weather. It's too hot, it's too cold, it's too wet, it's too dry, it's too something or other. And if it wasn't weather enough for us, we'd say the weather isn't weathering. Yeah, we're fickle. Fickle humans. But if we didn't have the weather to complain about, then I guess we'd find something else to complain about. Now, do I want neutral on neutral? I do have music there, so no. Nope, nope. Do I want a bit of this blue instead? Sometimes I keep these bits that I punch out, but I've got heaps of this paper that came from my mum, so it's all been got text on one side, so I'm not going to be precious about it. I'm going to allow myself to throw away bits. Do I want it that way? Do I want it this way? Actually, I wonder if I want it sideways, just for something a little different. I think I need to play a little bit before I commit to doing that, because I might change my mind. Let's grab out a word. I think horizontal this time. I think joy comes. There's a lot of faith-based words in this printout, but not solely faith-based, so a mix of kind of like nature words and faith words. So if you're not into one or the other, then there's still something on it for you that I'm sure you'll be able to use. I don't typically produce a lot of faith-based stuff, and yet faith is very, very important to my life. But when I'm producing not just for myself, but for other people. So, yeah, I tend to be a little careful in that regard. But it will creep in here and there because it is very important to my life. So I can't ignore it. What do I need? I feel like it needs something else. Let's try a bit of green. This is from the same paper from my mum. There's different colours in the folder. So there's green, pink, kind of a beigey grey, blue, and not a bright yellow. It's kind of, yeah, interesting yellow. And then there's another yellow as well. Now, if I do that, I feel like I need a third strip of something. Do I have any more from there? Let me hunt for a moment, friends. I may have used all the scraps that I've got of it. There's a bit of painty paper. Or do I want to do that instead of that? Let's have a wee play. It's just a bit of painted book page. And yeah, the top's, I think, roughly torn enough. Don't want to overlap them. Totally playing here. I kind of like that, actually. I'm still not going to commit just yet because I'm thinking, do I want to add something? Like a label. I don't know if I want a label though, because there's a lot of text in the background, and then we've got our words here. So no to that. Oops, feathers flying. Do we want numbers? Let's try a number. On the hunt. On the hunt for something that'll work. No, I feel like that competes too much. Brought that down a little bit. I quite like that. That kind of feels a bit more balanced. Okay, Yep. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Right. Decisions made. And once it's inked around, it'll help bring it all together as well. There's a little bit of pink and green stamping in the background of that. So I feel like it brings the colours in as well. The blue and the pink. There's not a lot of green going on. There is green in the leaves, but it, you know, I feel like it still works. Okay, so put this bit down first. Oh, more glue. Wind up the glue stick, dear. Not sure exactly where I had it, but that should be fine. Oh, it does feel good to use up some scraps, don't you think? Does it make you happy too, using scraps? This pretty bit of painted paper that's been running around in my scrap bag for I don't know how long. Probably a reasonable length of time. Okay, ink around our flower here. I find with the pastel colours a bit of ink just helps make it stand out from the background. Oops, bending the stem. Not helpful. And I'll do the words as well. So this joy comes is actually taken from a scripture. Joy comes in the morning. But I just like the phrase joy comes. I thought, yeah, sometimes we're not always happy, but it always comes back. You know, happiness will return. And it's a frame of mind thing, I think. Yes, we have sad times or struggle times or mad times, but the joy will come again. Sometimes we've just got to walk through these things and hang in there. I've certainly been through enough negatives in my life that I have learned that joy does come even when you think it's never going to return. You know, you think that everything's so difficult or dark or not fun. Just wait a bit and look for opportunities to create joy, to bring the joy back, instead of looking at all the horrible things. And it's hard to do, I know. It's hard to do. I have certainly had times where it's been very, very hard to find the joy, or even not even joy, like just even okay, you know, just feeling okay. There were times when it took a long time just to feel okay. We're going back many years now, fortunately. It's well in my past now by 28 years in my past. Okay, let's think around it and then I'll be able to see a bit better whether I think it's done or not. Bit sticking out there. Oops, and I just was a bit aggressive with the brush there and lifted the corner of the paper. and we'll do the back as well, because I'm sure we've got time to do it while I just have a think and a ponder. Of course, very full of joy right now with recent birthday, and we're still having birthday month. That hubby is delighting me with a present every day, and he actually hasn't given me one today. He left without, and it's funny when he forgets and then he realizes, but he actually left this morning without giving it to me, so something to look forward to tonight. He's given me lots of bits and pieces. I'm trying to look around if there's anything I can show you, but I think it's all this. He gave me this little from Thomas and Friends little train, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that would be like on the gel plate. I know. It's like everything's like, oh, how can I use that in craft? Most things he gives me are craft related, but occasionally he gives me like little toys or something, just fun. They make me smile. And just diverging a moment here, he's given me 3 packs of these, spread out through the month. So I'm going to open this one. I do have an open one somewhere, but rather than hunt for it. The craft cardstock, quite thick cardstock, so it's like a folio design with the string. And then you've got that cool envelope, and then there's a card to go with each. So there's three cards and 3 of the envelopes, and the cards are the same cardstock. So I'll have to play with those at some point. They're actually a bit large to put in a journal, but I'm thinking, could I actually make some sort of like mini journal or something? I don't know. They're really cool. Really cool. I just need some time to ponder how I want to actually utilize them. So I've got 9 now. 9 of the envelopes, 9 of the cards. And we haven't finished the month yet, so we'll see whether he has like another pack for me or not. I don't know. Okay, so back to the project at hand after that little side diversion. Bit of gluey paper, so that's going to tuck in there. I think, just looking at this area, wondering if we need to do a little bit of stamping. And I'm thinking about that star stamp actually, or maybe the smaller one. There's 2 sizes. Just do a little bit of stamping, and we are. Do I want to use that same blue just for because we've got a bit of blue here, why not? It'll kind of be in keeping, won't it? So this is the smaller star than the one I stamped in the typewriter. It's just going to be quite subtle, which is what I'm after. I don't want anything that like competes with our focal image. I don't know whether you can even see the stars. But they're definitely visible in real life. Just make sure I do some off the edge of the card as well. Just really subtle. You probably can't even see it through the camera with the lights and stuff. Probably doesn't show up. Oops, I was going to stamp off on that. Don't do that, Dar. Dar, where did that word come from? I don't know. I think I was saying darling and then stopped myself before I finished it, and it came out Dar. I used to work with a lady who called her husband Dar, and I think it's short for darling is what it means, but yeah, not something I've actually used. Now there is this little bit where the paper bag is got its seam. There's this flap here, and that bugs me because I don't want to end up tearing it, you know, or the person, because you're trying to put the card in and it gets caught up, you know, you're going this way and it kind of gets caught. So I am just going to put a little bit of glue just in that opening part where it's likely to be a problem, and we'll turn that into not a problem. So not worried about the rest of the bag, that'll be fine, but just at the opening point, something you might want to consider is just gluing that little bit down so that this slides in and out without a problem. Okay, so where's my page? Where did I put my page? Here it is. It actually works well with this, these blue labels here. So that will go on a page, opens up, writing space, journal card tucked in there, and then in the top we'll have a tag, but we don't have time to do a tag, so there'll be a tag in there, and this will just be glued down here, here and here onto the page, and then and we could even put it down a bit, but I kind of like it centered actually, just depending what sort of page you put it on as well, whether there's writing space or not, where you place it. But that's simple little project today, just very simple. I think it's really cute using those in-between size paper bags that you go, it's in between size, what do I do with it? Well, there's an idea for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Hope to see you there. Bye for now.